All right, everybody, here's what we're dealing with here. 1994 Series 2 12 picture cards. Now, the thing to look for, there's a Topps Gold card in every pack. There's also a special Topps Black Gold card to be found. And Topps Finest 1994 cards are randomly inserted. So there are some good hits to have in here. The main thing I'm going to be looking for will be, of course, I think it's card number 400, which is Ken Griffey Jr. And I'm going to be looking for the Hank Aaron commemorative 700, card number 715, which is a celebration, I believe, of 20 years previous in 1974 when he broke Babe Ruth's record for most home runs hit. Now, this is the last year that Topps did 792 card baseball sets. Let's just get into this. There's no gum anymore. I think they figured out that the gum wasn't really selling the product anymore. The product was selling the product. In the early days, it was all about the gum. Not so much anymore. It was just ruining the baseball cards. Now, let's see what we got. They're a little stiffer to get open than a wax pack. Let's see. Let's get, oh, look at that, right away. The first one I was hoping to get, 20th anniversary, Hank Aaron, number 715, and celebrates his 715th home run. Let's see. April 8th, 74, Atlanta, Georgia, a legend is made at 9:07. He hit his 715th home run, breaking Ruth's record. Now, we can get this in gold or black gold. That would be even nicer, more collectible. Not like these are high-value cards. These are not high-value cards, but they're fun cards. One thing I've noticed right away is they kind of have a gloss over them, so they're a little sticky. They're not like a paper-bound type card. Look at this. I'm having a heck of a time getting these things apart. What else do we get? These two are stuck together. Kent Hrbek. I remember Kent Hrbek. Sid Bream, Marquise Grissom. I'm going to put these to the side. Let's go to the next pack. We'll put Hank, old Hammer and Hank goes over there in the, not the common pile. What do we got now? I don't know. My mind is so geared towards new stuff. I almost thought that said Cody Bellinger, but it says Tom Berenger. That is not Cody Bellinger. What the heck? This is going to be a lot of fun trying to get these things apart. I can see that already. Combinations. Brian Johnson, no. Montgomery. I'll go through a few more of these. Let's see. So far, I'm pretty much pulling out what I would just call commons. Nothing too sharp in here. Robbie Thompson, he was really good for the Giants. Here's a rookie card. Jeff Conine. Nothing is standing out so far, but we're only a couple packs into this, you know, and this is the way baseball cards are. That's why they're so fun, because almost everything is kind of a chase card, right? You're chasing your favorite player. Today's baseball cards, of course, are just loaded with chase cards. I mean, you can buy a pack today for a couple bucks, and you can wind up with several $100s of cards out of it if you're lucky. Doesn't happen too often, but it does sometimes happen. Darren, let's just go from the backs. And Charlie Hay. Oh, here's a good one. Bo Jackson. Absolutely. Bo Jackson, in my opinion, should be in the Hall of Fame. I know that Bo Jackson, basically, he ruined his football and baseball career by having a hip injury. But this guy back in his day, just for what he did for baseball and football, I'm sorry. Don't look at the numbers. Look at the contribution. Bo Jackson could be in the NFL or the MLB Hall of Fame. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. You can leave comments if you want. But that's just my opinion. I think Bo knows, okay? Bo knows. All right, what we got here? Yeah, I'm not feeling it with these guys. Kurt Abbott, you know, they're baseball cards, right? They're baseball cards. I don't know. Not too... 700, so 396 cards. Don Mattingly, Donnie What? Wait a minute. Oh, yes, I'm stuck there. That is not Don Mattingly. There we go. Don Mattingly, Donnie Baseball. He goes into my Hall of Fame pack over, my pile over there, I should say. Steve Finley, I remember. Jack McDowell. I certainly remember Jack McDowell, White Sox. Definitely. And who? Oh, Barry Bonds. Oh, look. Say what you want to say about Barry Bonds. I get it. He still had to make contact with the ball. I understand all the allegations and this and that, but Barry Bonds was one of the elite baseball players of all time. And Barry Bonds still makes it into my penny card sleeves, and he still makes it into my binders as well. I really like Barry Bonds. Okay, what's this? Not a whole lot of stuff. John Orslack. I think, is this a stuck together? No, it's not a stuck together. Wes Chamberlain. Not pulling out so much good stuff right now. But these cards are really, they almost feel like they're saturated with, they're sticky, like humidity has gotten into them. I know it's summer, but it's not that humid in my home right now. In fact, it's not humid at all. It's kind of an overcast day, as you can see. This pack here was not fruitious. No, this pack here was your basic Topps. I'm going to throw a whole lot of common baseball cards, players at you, and make it into a 792 card set pack. That's what that was. Mickey, you're awful quiet over there. They can't see you at home, but I sure know you have your opinions on the game of baseball then and the game of baseball today, which has really changed. Andre King, we have a checklist. Chuck Carr. Danny Tartable, who I remember, he was decent. Who else do we got here? I got to be honest with you, some of these people I don't remember. Kevin Seitzer, I remember. But there are a lot of people that played the game of baseball. They made it to the big game. They made it to the packs. But you see, this is another pack that I would say is lackluster at best. I'm not impressed with this one either, but let's put them over to the side. What do we got coming up next? What do we got coming up next? So, now, didn't this say, am I missing something, or am I thought this was supposed to have a gold card in every pack. Am I passing them up? Am I going so fast that I'm missing the gold cards completely? Let me see. Yeah, nothing there. I don't know if I've seen, I'm going to see. I'm going to go a little slower through this because I am not seeing a gold card yet. That does not say Topps Gold. Yes, it does. Does that say Topps Gold? Topps Gold. So here's the gold card. I'm going to have to go through those piles that I just put over there because I'm pulling out gold cards, but I'm not really paying attention that I am pulling out gold cards. That's my bad. But so far, David Cone. Another excellent pitcher. Definitely. I'm going to put him over there. He's kind of my minor star pack. Not so much my major star. Okay, so I went back into that pile, and I realized that I had my Topps Gold cards all in there. They're all commons. I won't go through it with you. There's really not a whole lot there to get excited about. So every card in the 792 card set has a gold parallel to it. And the ones that I pulled out were commons. Also, I got this box probably 10 years ago. I maybe spent $5-10 on it at a flea market. So I've had it sitting in a drawer for a little while now. I decided, today's probably a good day to open these up and just show people what it was like to open up a box of baseball cards in 1994. Now, the price is 79 cents a pack. 79 cents a pack. You could definitely see that they put more quality into everything as well. Here's a gold card. And who is this? Roger Smithberg. Well, Roger, the fact of it is you made it to the big game. Where a lot of people in the minors never make it to the big game, my friend, you did. Wade Boggs, definitely going into my Hall of Fame pile. Wade Boggs was so fun to collect back in the day. Everybody wanted a Wade Boggs baseball card. And Wade Boggs was what we would call tradable baseball cards to trade up. And a lot of people traded up to Wade Boggs. Wade Boggs was then and still is today one of the best to ever play the game of baseball. There's no doubt about that. Let's see. I'm not pulling out a whole... What do we got here? Now, that's a nice gold card. Lou Whitaker. This guy could play baseball. Look at the extensive career this guy had. Let me see if you can see that without it fading out too much on me. 1977. This is 93. Lou Whitaker was an excellent baseball player. And in fact, I'm glad to get a gold card of him. I'll put him over there. That's a keeper as far as I'm concerned. What else do we got here? Coming attractions. Not these days. Yeah, you see how everything is really strewn together in these packs. I'm surprised how they stick together. I am really surprised at how these babies, they got the gloss look to them, but man, are they sticking together. Wow. It's kind of making it hard to film because they're sticking together so bad. Now, what I may end up doing is pausing and opening up some of these and then showing some of the more highlights, but that kind of takes away from the fun of the real time. But you see how everything, there's first cards face up. Now everything here is to the back, and here is a face up. So we should be able to turn this over. Should make it a little bit easier. Devon White, Eric Hansen. Now here we go again. There's no rhyme or reason to us. They're just strewn in any particular order. I guess that makes you have to go a little bit slower and enjoy the hunt, huh? Maybe that's why. It had to be intentional. Who do we have here? Corey Snyder, who I certainly remember. We had high expectations for him becoming some kind of a superstar. I can remember collecting his cards, and it never transpired that way. But that's Tim Salmon was another one who at one time was considered quite the rookie prospect. He had a decent career, but didn't put up the Hall of Fame numbers that maybe his fans, maybe he himself, and certainly us collectors were expecting. It just didn't happen. There's a lot that has to go in that, and that's why when a person gets to the big game, it's just it's a major, the big game, I should say the Hall of Fame and the big game, when getting into the majors itself, it's a big accomplishment, it's a big deal. But Hall of Fame, there aren't a lot of Hall of Fame members. You may think they are. Go look that up. There are not a lot of Hall of Fame members. Who's this? Joe Orslack? Yeah, he was good. I remember. He was decent. He was a decent player. He's got the gold card there. Kent Herbeck, of course, was really good. He's more of a minor star for the Twins. Willie McGee. Long, long history with the Cardinals, this guy. Cub Killer. Cub Killer was Mr. Willie McGee. Yeah, the coming attraction cards haven't been so interesting either. But this is Series 2. The larger hits usually came out in Series 1. I think there's a Derek Jeter. It's not his rookie card, but they try to play it up like it's his rookie card. The rookie card came out the year before. But in Series 1, that's a fun one to get. And here we go again. Here we go upside down and all around. Let's flip these over. We're hoping for something decent. What do we got here? Andy Van Slyke. Oh, this guy. Andy Van Slyke, when he played with the Cardinals, even with the Pirates, this guy was good. He was consistent. I'm looking at this card right here. I'm going to see how many hits he had. 1,400 hits, and this was 10 years. I mean, Andy Van Slyke, I'm putting him here just out of respect for him. He was a really good ball player. I enjoyed watching ball games back then. I still do now. I still am a Cub fan. I'll always be a Cub fan. We won it in 2016. How about that? You Cub fans all remember that. Yeah, this is just going to be an exercise in and patience here. To Dwight Smith, I remember him for the Cubs. I'm putting him in my Cub pile. What do we got here? Turk Wendell and Steve Traxel. Yeah, I'm going to put them in my Cub pile there because I sure remember those two as pitchers for the Cubs. No doubt about that. So I have jumped ahead a little bit and opened up some more packs. I got a few interesting hits as we are digging for gold here. What kind of gold do you say? We are looking for Topps Gold, which are coming in every pack. a special Topps Black Gold and Topps Finest 1994 cards randomly inserted. I've got it down to the final 5 packs. I've gotten things a little bit more organized, so it's a little bit easier for me to break through these things and show them to you. I realized I had 13 minutes or so worth of footage already, and I just basically started. What do we have here? So these are basically, I look at them as, they call them members of greatness. They're your all-star cards, basically. Steve Sax, he was really good. Checklist. I liked Steve Sax. He played for the Dodgers. He was a consistent ball player. Eric, here, Ben McDonald, boy, I tell you what, back in the day, as a collector, and some of you collectors may remember, everybody was thinking Ben McDonald was going to be the next something. I don't know, Nolan Ryan something, but it just didn't come to fruition for him. It didn't happen. Same thing with Tim Salmon. Gosh, some of these names that come back as a collector, I can remember looking for these people's rookie cards, and actually I do still have them in a box somewhere, but nothing really happened as far as their career didn't take off and blossom like collectors were hoping that they would. But like I said, that's all right. The fact of it is, they're Major League Baseball players. These guys can always say they pitched at the highest level available to a ball player. They weren't in the minor leagues. They made it to MLB. What else do we got here? Breaking these things apart. Yeah, nothing so far, but I like I said, I've already gone forward a little bit. I know what I have to show you. This is just more of a gold card. Here's a gold card. You know, these are commons. These are your basic common gold cards, unless you are a big fan of those particular players. You see how they stick together? I think these are sticking together a little bit more because they were at the bottom of the box. Bobby Bonilla. I wonder if he's still getting paid. There's been that ongoing thing that Bobby Bonilla signed such a contract that he is still being paid. And who was it with? It had to be the Mets, right? That the Mets were still paying Bobby Bonilla 10, 20 years after he retired from baseball. How's that for a contract? Talk about job security. My gosh, to still be paid all those years after. But hey, you're signing the contract. They're signing the contract. Contract is what a contract is. And so be it. Good for him, I guess. I know I got to go to work and punch the time clock. What else we got here? Let's see. Not really seeing. We're looking for gold, folks. We're looking for gold. But we're looking for gold. We're looking for Griffey Juniors. We're looking for minor stars, major stars. There's a gold. Jose Urijo. Remember him for the Reds? He was another good pitcher. I remember that guy. Ken Caminiti, another good player for the Astros. Steve Finley. David Justice. Let's just say it like this. David Justice had a good career with the Braves. His rookie cards at one time, they were the cards to get as well. I'll just say that, and I don't have his final numbers in front of me, and I'm going to say not one bad word about David Justice because I have a feeling in the hearts of Brave fans around the world, in the nation, David Justice is still at the top of the list for a premier ball player. I have nothing bad to say. I don't have anything bad to say about any ball player, but David Justice, I think that was another case of maybe just a little bit healthier, maybe just a few more years playing, and he could have had that Hall of Fame career. Chipper Jones, here we go. Is it a gold card? It is not. It's another coming attraction, but this is a good card. It's really his second year card. His rookie year card was issued the year before. But it's cool to have, right? It's still Chipper Jones. It's a coming attraction card. What do we have for stats? 93. So we're still looking at his minor league stats, but this is a good pull. This is a good pull. I wish I got it in gold, but I'll take it. I'll take it. I was going to say at this point, I'll take anything, but no. This is just the way it is. You're looking at 792 cards for a set. You are going to pull out a lot of, well, what they used to call junk wax. I'm not so sure I call that junk wax anymore. I know they overproduced. They were jumping on the bandwagon, everybody trying to make a buck. And let's face it, the collectors were buying it up. And so that's the way it is, you know. If someone's out there spending the money on it, Paul, I can't even pronounce. I don't remember this guy at all. It's so amazing. I remember a lot of players. Juan Gonzalez, I remember him because collectors are really on Juan Gonzalez cards. His rookie cards, Juan Gonzalez was and Chris Sable. This guy had fire in him. I bet Pete Rose loved this guy. Pete Rose had to love Chris Sable because first he won a World Series for the Reds, okay? He was with the Reds when they won a World Series back in the 90s. This guy was energetic could be. I liked watching Chris Sable, I must say, because he played with fire. I tell you, a Cub right now who reminds me a little bit of the fire Sable played with, and that's Pete Crow Armstrong. Pete Crow Armstrong even reminds me a little bit of a young Mickey Mantle because Mantle was on fire too. Mantle was the kind of guy, Mick, I'm talking about you. I see you over there. Here, just to show you, Mick is still with us. Mick is covered in a sea. He is covered in a sea of baseball card wrappers. But when Mantle played, he was the same way. He would take out water coolers, this guy, with his fists, okay? And PCA, he's a fiery guy. That guy loves the game of baseball. He has such high expectations of himself that when he doesn't perform, man, he's just all over himself about it. Here's another Steve Traxel, Turk Wendell Cub card, another checklist. What else do we got? Steve Sax, White Sox. He played for the Dodgers for a long time. Steve Sax was a decent ball player. I remember him too. Here we go. Roger Clemens. Say what you will. Say what you will. You don't have to say it. I get it. But Roger Clemens was awesome. Okay? Roger Clemens was an amazing pitcher. Now, I know, I'm going to spend just a little bit of time saying this. I know these players did this performance enhancing, whatever it was, stuff that they took. I know they got caught. But you are not going to convince me. You are not going to convince me that the owners did not know that their superstars were doing something to prolong their career, enhance their abilities, whatever. You're darn right they knew it. This was after the strike. Sosa and McGuire get back on the home run, hitting warpath, if you want to call it, where they were knocking over 60 home runs, and everyone bought into it, myself included. I loved it. Baseball was back in full glory. They were filling the seats again. Did the owners know that the players were taking performance-enhancing drugs? You are not going to convince me they didn't know. Fact was, they were selling tickets, they were putting butts back in the seats, and we ate it all up. We loved it. You still have to do the job, right? Clemens still had to throw strikes. He still had to know where the strike zone was. Did these things make them throw good pitches? Did these drugs they took make them hit home runs at a consistent, make the contact with the ball? I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm not saying it was right. I've spent enough time rambling on. I'm just telling you from my perspective as a guy who lived through it. I'm 57 years old, so I was back in the 90s. I'm in my 20s, right? About to hit 30. And I don't know. I remember when it all was going on. I've said enough about that. I've said enough. They're not going to be in the Hall of Fame during my lifetime. Let me put it that way. They're not that much older than me, and I just can't see anybody. Mariano Duncan, Gary Gaetti, he was a good player too. I can't see anybody pulling them into the Hall of Fame while they're alive anyway. They're not going to give them the satisfaction. Look, they just reinstated Pete Rose. Pete knew all the time he was going to have to die before he got reinstated again, and that's exactly what happened. So in the future, we will see what we've all been waiting to see for a long time. We're going to see Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame, as he should have been anyway. Here's what card I did pull out. I was very surprised. This is a Topps Finest baseball card. I pulled this card out of one of these packs. This is Jim Abbott. Jim Abbott was a solid pitcher for the New York Yankees. I'm glad I got this card. Let me try and see if I can get a little more focus. Here's Jim Abbott. I'm going to bring it up a little bit more. This is a pre-production card. This is nice. Pre-production Jim Abbott. So this is not the one you're probably going to find in Topps Finest. This is a pre-production Topps Finest Jim Abbott baseball card. I like this. I pulled this out and I was just really amazed. This guy was a great pitcher. At the time, 34... let's see, we won 54 and lost 66 pre-production. That stands out. I'm going to do a little research on this. But there's one that I pulled out that I really like. Here's another one. Mike Piazza, Hall of Famer. This is a Topps Black Gold, so we did find some good gold. We pulled out a black gold Mike Piazza baseball card. Here's how that looks. Topps Gold, Mike Piazza. I was really happy to pull this out. Topps Black Gold, as you can see. You can almost see the black gold in there. It's in there, Topps Black Gold. I was really happy to pull these cards out. I wanted to show this to you just because I found it interesting. This is kind of like what you could expect from baseball cards, but I don't usually pull these out. We see the perforations, so this is where the cutter was coming down, and it got this card a little bit. It clipped it. I thought that was excuse me. I thought that was interesting, just to get a baseball card that has some kind of cut on the edges there. I don't know. I'm kind of weird like that. I've been a collector so long that I look for things like this. To me, that's interesting. Now, obviously, it's not going to have a ton of value. It has no value, quite frankly. But I found that a little bit fun to see something like that. Here's what I got as far as the gold goes. We have a Frank Thomas gold. Lou Whitaker gold. Good player. Good player. You're not familiar with Lou Whitaker, Detroit Tigers? Look him up. This guy, I call him an Iron Man of baseball. Lou was awesome. Joe Carter. Do I need to tell anybody about Joe Carter? He was one time a Cub, if I'm not mistaken, as rookie. Yeah, he started with the Cubs in '83, got traded to the Indians. Joe Carter, another solid ball player. This guy was excellent too. Who else did I have in here? Fred McGriff. So I got some decent gold card. We pulled some decent cards out of. I spent $5 on the box. I'm happy with what I got. I got enough. I got a lot of common cards over here. These are common gold cards. I got the special ones right there. The Topps Finest, the black gold. I'm happy with what I got. Excuse me, I hate doing that. I'm happy, Mickey, we're going to focus in on you. I'm happy with what I got out of these cards. I'm going to pause this for 1 second because Mickey wanted to end this a special way. I said, all right, Mick, we'll do it the way you want it to do. Okay, so I'm back in my man cave. I thought that was a lot of fun. I always enjoy opening up baseball cards. No matter what year, there's always something to find in there. If you're a collector like myself, you watch a lot of baseball games through a season. You watch your favorite team playing, the opposition. Sometimes you tune in on highlights for other players, but you get to know these players through baseball cards. And that's what I really enjoy. I enjoy spending $5-10 on a box of baseball cards from back in the 90s or the 80s, the junk wax era. And it's been called that almost unfairly, I think. I understand that they overproduce. You're not going to have to convince me on that. But still, a Hall of Famer is a Hall of Famer. And to open these up just for the enjoyment of it, and that's what collecting really is all about. Now, Mickey wanted me to show you one more time, because that's the way Mickey is. He said, didn't I have a beautiful signature? Yeah, you know what, Mick, you're awesome. The best switch hitter ever to swing a baseball bat. I believe he hit the same amount from the right side that he hit from the left side of home runs. The great Mickey Mantle. This is what we're going to end the video on. We're going to focus in on Mick and that wonderful signature of his. Is that not beautiful? Did Mickey not care about his baseball, his autograph? And that's the thing I love about some of the older ball players, such like Mickey Mantle. These guys cared. They cared about what their signature looked like. They didn't just throw a scribble onto a ball that you could not read, and that's their autograph. I don't know. It's hard to find a good autograph today from today's players. Well, Mickey, thank you for everything you did. You're still my favorite ball player, and I bet you're the favorite ball player of a lot of other people out there today, too. Thanks for tuning into the channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I'd really appreciate it. Helps me focus more on the kind of videos that you're watching and the kind of videos that you want. Now, this is a variety channel. You'll see videos like this and just things that I go through. Read the description. This things that I go through in my everyday, normal life, going out there and enjoying life. Thanks for joining in. This video is over.